Pardesi Beats.
The NHL playoffs are upon us, so what we're going to do is give you our opinions, our picks for the matchups, and we're going to run through them real quickly here. So the first matchup, Carolina versus Nashville, as we talked about in our previous episode, the good old Banjo Bowl. Simran, who do you got?
It's going to be Carolina all the way.
How many games?
I'll say 5. I say Nashville gets 1.
Kush?
I am the exact same. They're just looking too good, man, Carolina.
Yeah.
Pat?
I don't want to say Carolina for the sake of all Edmontonians here, but they seem to be able to win, but Nashville's still not that bad. I'm going to go with Nashville on this, but I'm going to say it's going to be a 7-game series.
I'm going to have to go with Carolina as well. One of the biggest factors, I think, is because they have fans back in their building. And as we saw in the first few games, that's made a big difference.
That was wild.
I was going to say, yeah, like, I don't know if you guys have watched some of these games, but my God, it feels amazing.
It's wild.
Yeah.
What's
so
how many games?
I'm going to say Carolina in 6. The next matchup we have is Florida and Tampa Bay, game 1. Had a lot of fireworks. Florida. The Battle of Florida. Simran, who do you got and how many games?
I'm gonna say Tampa because they were able to skirt the cap and get past Kucherov and Stamkos.
I mean, only $10 million over. Only.
Oh my God, it's $100 million roster that they're icing right now. I'll probably say 6 games for that one. That's gonna be close.
Well, I have another same. It's 6 for me, and it's Tampa as well. And then, with you just said, with the addition of Stamkos, Kucherov, dude.
Yeah,
they already
in full mid-season form.
Yeah, they already paid dividends. You know what I'm saying?
Pat, who do you got?
I think you guys are extending it way too long, man. I think that's a very one-sided series, but I'm going to say Tampa in 5.
I'm going to go completely opposite, and I'm going to stay on that Florida bandwagon that I've been most of the season. They have the pieces. Game 1, they had a lot of the momentum, and I'm going to say Florida in 7.
Yeah, you could say they got screwed over too, but anyways.
Yeah.
It's close. It's close.
Okay.
I mean, today wasn't so close, but it's okay. Tampa is up by 2 now, but hopefully Florida pulls it through. We'll see. Moving over to the East, we have Pittsburgh and New York Islanders. Simran, who do you got?
I can't.
Tough one.
This is tough. I don't know enough about either team. I like Barry Trotz, but Semyon Varlamov has looked not great. I'll say Pittsburgh because I'm not going to bet against Sidney Crosby. In 6 games again.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think this might be the year Islanders can do a little damage, and Pittsburgh really hasn't been the same playoff team that they were after they won the back-to-back. So I think Islanders could take this one, and I'll say in 7.
Yeah, it's a toss-up for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be 7 games as well, but I'm going to take Pittsburgh on this because I feel like their experience and depth and Stanley Cup winning pedigree can still topple them over to the winning side.
Yeah,
there, so
they can get past 1 round.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to agree with Kush on this one. I'm going to stay on the Islanders bandwagon. Game 1, Sorokin looked okay. Game 2, Varlamov got the start and didn't look so good. So hopefully Sorokin gets the net again. Islanders in 7 for me. Next matchup we have is Boston versus Washington. Simran, who do you got?
Boston. I don't.
That's the right answer.
Something about Tom Wilson just doesn't sit right with me. Something like the hockey gods always find a way, and I think this is their way. Boston looked really good in that second game. Washington's very good. They have a lot of depth, but Yeah, I'll say Boston I'll say Boston in 7.
Yeah, this is the toughest series for sure, I think. And then I know we're supposed to be doing this before the series start, but we're doing it a little bit after, a couple games in. And I think I have to swing Boston's way now because of Cap's goalie issue.
Yeah. Craig Anderson.
But I think they're gonna. Yeah. But he's still. We'll see how he does. But
he's good.
Yeah, like I think I'll give this one to the Bruins in 7 as well. Like I think Caps will stick around and make it a tough series.
Pat,
what you got, Pat?
I'm gonna go with Washington on this. I know they have a goalie issue. I'm not gonna be a veteran goalie, pushing guy type right now, but experienced guys like Ovi, Chara, and that sort of pedigree of thinking of winning. Just that Ovi factor, man. And, but I do agree.
There's some great stories this year.
There is some great stories this year. I do agree, regardless of me being a Habs fan, therefore being a Boston hater, that Boston will give Washington a run for their money. Taylor Hall definitely made an impact on that team, like I called a while ago. But Boston's a tough team right now to beat. And it kind of feels like the old Boston plus Ovechkin versus the new Boston in a way. So it'll be an interesting series regardless. I think it's going to go to 7, if not 6. And I do think Washington's going to take that one.
I am definitely biased on this matchup, but agreeing with Kush, it's a very, very evenly matched series.
Yeah.
Not only that, we saw that both of the games went into overtime. So I think this is probably going to be one of the toughest series.
The fun stat is that all like their last 13 games or 11 other last 13 or something were contested between 1 goal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why I'm calling 7 on my end.
I'm definitely going to say 7 as well, but I'm going with my bias of Boston. Moving over to the West.
Jersey.
Yeah, moving over to the West, we have Colorado versus St. Louis. Simran, who do you got?
Oh, Colorado. St. Louis, no chance. They do not have it, and Colorado is an absolute smoke show.
In how many?
4 games.
Kush?
I'll say 5 for Colorado. They the Blues. Who did they lose? Just right before
or not?
David Perron is out.
Yeah. So like
leading point getter. So that's a big loss for them.
O'Reilly
and a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah, O'Reilly can't carry it by himself. So, and I don't even know, is Tarasenko playing?
I believe so, but Binnington might just drop hands. So.
You mean
game
pretend
1
like
he
he's
skated?
Yeah, Perron's on COVID watch, right?
Yeah, COVID. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Pat, so anyways, Abs.
It's a tough one to call, man, because of there are a lot of injuries on St. Louis's side. For me, I've always said this. Anybody that knows me, I always said if you have Perron on your team, you're winning the cup. I always said that. He has won the cup so many times, and he is one of those guys who can make that change. With them having won the cup recently, I feel like they should have that drive to win the cup and that experience to win the cup in terms of St. Louis. I still think the Avs, though, are with McKinnon's interesting, sort of last few games. And I still think the Avs are going to take it as score. I don't know. I feel like this could be like either a 4-game or a 7-game series. Like it's very... I can't tell because I haven't been watching it too closely, but just still based off everything I do know, I'm going to have to go and say 5 games for the Avs.
Yeah, I'm going to say Avs in 5. I think Binnington will play 1 very good game like he always does in the playoffs, but Colorado is too powerful, not only offensively, but they have those defensive juggernauts, and they have a backup goalie this year, which kind of screwed them up last year in the play-in. So I'm going to go say Colorado in 5.
Hashtag Ty Conklin.
Next up.
Next up, we have Vegas and Minnesota. This is a surprising series. I think this is one of the most underrated series because everybody has that old picture of Minnesota, but they're definitely a bit of a different team this year.
They're different, different animal. Vegas in 6.
Kush?
They're too good.
I will say Vegas in 7.
Okay.
Pat?
Vegas in 5.
Oof. All right. I want to say Minnesota, Cam Talbot with that 42 save shutout, but again, Vegas is too powerful. I'm going to say Vegas in 7. Definitely looking forward to seeing what Kaprizov can do in the playoffs. He was unreal in the regular season. So
yeah, good
it'll be interesting
goaltending
to
duel
see.
in the first one, right? We'll see how it plays out.
Definitely. And moving over to our favorite North Division, the first matchup is Toronto versus Montreal. Simran, who do you got?
I'll say Toronto in 6 games.
Kush?
I feel the same as well. I mean, Sermon vibing here a little.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Pat, should we just skip over you because we already know?
Habs in 7. Toronto's gonna.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to say Toronto in 6 as well. And then finally, left us the best for last. We can say Edmonton versus Winnipeg. Simran, who do you got?
I'll say Edmonton in 6.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah, just because I don't trust them to like go 4.
It's like when you don't
5.
trust your own kids.
Like Dave Tivitt's gonna big brain something. He's already like he put in Slater Kukuk instead of like Jones.
Zach Cassian is also back.
Zach Cassian, like Drew Shore is gonna get in there before Tyler Ennis does. Like, yeah, just don't even.
And that was Simran, and that's Simran being triggered in our little mini.
But I know McDavid is good enough. I know McDavid and Draisaitl, and if Mike Smith holds, then they'll go.
Yeah, it could be sooner sooner than 5 or 6 games, but we know how the others do. So
yeah,
Pat, who do you got?
Okay, so for me, it's a tough one, not because of the teams, but because again, it's like we're the dad and the Oilers are our kids, and we're trusting them with a car for the first time, type of thing, right? Now that's the thing. It's like Blake Wheeler. Like, what are you gonna do?
Wheeler, yeah.
Blake or Nick Ehlers.
Nick Ehlers.
I don't think he's coming back for the first round.
Yeah. So the Ehlers and Wheeler combo, that's sort of the I don't know, but at the same time, with the way, we have McDavid, we have Draisaitl, and heck, we have Nugent Hopkins. I don't know if he's going to do anything or not. But the point that I'm trying to make is I'm scared because I feel like you guys alluded to this earlier in the day off air, the roles and comparisons I always give. But I feel like our third goalie, I forgot his name. What's his name?
Stalock.
Yes.
Stalock.
Has no regular season experience in a game, and that could bite us in the butt. So I do trust Mike Smith this season. Yes, I do trust Mike Smith, but I don't fully have the confidence in Koskinen right now.
And there is a back-to-back in the series, so we will definitely see Koskinen.
I've seen too much from this team.
All I'm going to say is in the regular season, with
to get my hopes
Winnipeg,
up.
we went back and forth, literally for a little while. So for me, shout out to my in-laws in Winnipeg, by the way, but still, I think the Oilers are going to take it. And I feel like it's going to be either 5 games for the Oilers or it's going to go to 7. I don't think it's going to be a 6.
That's Pat trying to pander to his in-laws and not give a straight answer.
Yeah,
not at all.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to say
you're biased.
I'm going to say Edmonton in 7 just because I'm going to be very blunt about it. Edmonton bias for sure. Somehow McDavid is going to pull it through, but that's wishful thinking.
Damn, that is some pessimistic.
He's got some playoff points to catch up on.
All right, folks, that was Pardesi Beats Unplugged, a little bit of a mini episode, a little bit of a playoff preview. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Pardesi_Beats. Take care.